Hey. Yeah. Oh, niggas be flexing in front and ain't saying nothing. Shit, I'm the topic of discussion. Hoes, they be flexing in front and ain't saying nothing. Bitch, I'm the topic of discussion. Niggas be flexing in front and ain't saying nothing. Shit, I'm the topic of discussion. Hoes, they be flexing in front and ain't saying nothing. Bitch, I'm the topic of discussion. Oh shit, goddamn it, she flexing now. I got the bands so my pockets real hefty now. I pull them out and have your main chick twerking now. It's Keeta Sweets, boss bitch, nigga, check me out. And what I'm saying, I ain't playing shit, don't stress me out. I have my people masked up and now we at your house. In real life, that's how I get it. I ain't playing no games. I can walk it like I talk it, ain't a damn thing changed. And she classy, never trash, she was swag is insane. I had these niggas masturbating while they screaming my name. Until you bum assholes throwing salt on my name. I'm forever number one, bitch, I never be lame. Don't ever come and test me, no, I'm toting that thing. It's click, clack, bang, bang, bitch, I'm busting your brain. You didn't know that, you know, Keeta Sweets the same. Slim waist, tight phone, she a beast in the game. Niggas be flexing, they be flexing, ain't saying nothing. Shit, I'm the topic of the shush. Shush, I'm saying nothing. We do this. I'm the topic of the shush. I'm just saying, I'm not an MC.
Was that really you?
That's really me.
Really?
That's really me. I'm not an MC.
I'm impressed.
Don't claim to be an MC.
Not really, but I'm impressed.
I got bars.
Cause
all day.
You've been on your G for a while now.
Been doing it all day.
I'm impressed, but not really.
But not really.
Because you've been doing your thing for so
listen.
long.
All right, that's what I'm saying.
That's what
we've been doing it.
That's what it do.
We've been doing it. We go way back. But that's your girl. You tuned in. It's like part 3. We just gonna keep the party going because that's what we do. You tuned in. That's that shit. Or should I say shush? Or should I say shit, Nazi? I hit you with a little ATL on him. But anyway, yo, like this is a pleasure. It is a honor to have my people. Fam, we go way back. We go back. I'm talking about like Maximas when they had 5-star rims on them. 4 doors with the just tweeters, you know what I'm saying? We go way back, that far back. You know what I'm saying? It's my boy, Johnny Fontaine. Wait, what we gonna call you? We at Godzilla.
It's a lot of different.
What we calling you? I know
aliases. And
I know which one we going with.
A lot of people on Facebook know me as Johnny Fontaine.
Fontaine,
right?
That's what they call him.
A funny story behind it. You know, it's Your Highness, PrinceGodzilla. You know, I've been doing this for a while.
Prince G.
And that's 2 names, 1 word though. Mm-hmm. 2 names that, you know what I'm saying, I grew up loving. 1 Prince, 1 Godzilla.
That's what's goody.
You know, we put it together and, you know, made it one entity. Mm-hmm. So it's been very beneficial.
That's what's up. So, like I said, we go way back, like for real, way back when Jettas was in style, when you used to put the top on them. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wanted one, because I used to want one. I used to want a Jetta back in the day. Don't even front. You ain't had no 5-star rims. You didn't have them 15s on there. Well, there was 10s back then. You ain't had no 10s on that thing. You wasn't doing nothing. That's
right.
How far back we go. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you something. Was you around during the days of the Cage?
What? Nigga, Cage, Corvettes, the barn. You know, I used to dance with them. You know what I'm saying? We had the whole dancing crew. You know, yes, I was around. I was around them days. I was around when all the parties, from the White Pool, but when we used to do parties at Brian Pride House.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? We did parties at Pride House. And, of course, your brother, for real, R.I.P., that's forever going to be my DJ. Go DJ, because that's my DJ. Scott G, nobody did it better. I promise you, we used to sit at Pride House and we used to have like sessions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So it was like mad sessions going on. Everybody was about to be an artist because Scott G was gonna be your DJ, and that mixtape you was dropping, cause Scott was in the background. That shit was gonna be fire. It was guaranteed to be fire. All you had to do was say, "But Scott, we was about to be artists." Pete, R.I.P. to Pete. You know,
yes, sir.
Big
Absolutely.
Mac. You know
Big
what I'm saying? Angel was in the building. You know, we used to do that though.
This is what we're gonna do, right? Because first of all, let me say this, because I don't feel like this brother get his just due. I'm gonna go back to the beginning for me, because these brothers, you know, they was there for me in the beginning. I want to say, you know, big up to DJ Polo, Skibo, Mixmaster
Right.
D. You know what I'm saying? That whole movement over there. You know what I'm saying? Because Polo and Skibo, Mixmaster D, Kevin Chaos, all of them dudes. You know what I'm saying? They showed
Chaos,
like they showed me love, like back then in the Cage days. You know what I'm saying? Like Kevin Chaos wasn't around back then, but you know what I'm saying? When he came into himself, it was all love. Back then during the Cage days, Tim Street was
Supreme.
doing it, was doing his thing then, and he was like, "Yo, y'all come, y'all show love. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna show you love back. You know, y'all come through the Cage, y'all get in free." And it's funny because I never paid to get into a club in Burlington in my life.
And that's real.
Right.
That's real.
You know what I mean?
Me either.
So
Me either.
that was the love that was showed to us back then. You know what I'm saying? And I wanna show those dudes, because a lot of the cats that get on radio shows and do interviews, they don't recognize those cats.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the Supremes, like the Mixmaster D's, like the Polos and the Skibos. Because those cats was around, like the Antways. You remember Antway?
Yeah.
Ant was like, yo, whenever I have any event, you good. Like Promised Land. You know what I mean?
Right,
like
right.
You good. Like you come through.
Promised Land.
You good. Promised
Right.
Land, for real. So I was like, yo, you know, it is what it is. And my little crew, my little squad, they took care of them as well. You know what I'm saying? So those was the real cats of the game, man. And you know what I'm saying? I gotta big those cats up off gate. You know what I mean? And make sure they get they just due. Because like I said,
that's real.
I've heard interviews and people just
Don't mention none of that.
You know what I mean? And you know, before that, it was the Run DMCs and the Slick Ricks and the. But I'm not talking about them though. I'm talking about the dudes that I was in connect with.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
That I could reach out and touch and say, "Yo, that was dope. Yo, when y'all next party, this, that, and the
Right.
third." So those was the dudes that was like, "Yo, you come through, you good."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care what I'm doing. Where I'm at.
Right.
You know, you come through, you get in for free.
I mean, it was real.
You know what I'm saying?
It was real
So,
back then.
Then, you know, my brother started doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? So, for me to say, yo, Scott G was this, without recognizing those dudes, I'll be wrong for that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, when Grady started doing what he was doing, those guys was already in the mix.
Right.
So, when Grady started doing what he was doing, they recognized Grady. You know what I'm saying? Which was peace on their end. So, I was like, oh, shit. I was like, yo, these guys been doing it for so long, but yet they recognize the local DJ.
Right. See,
You
I
see what I'm
remember
saying?
Supreme before Supreme
Was Supreme, right.
from school.
Right,
You know what
exactly,
I'm saying? Hallways.
exactly,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? We used to get it in on some. Of course, he was real funny, so you know we walked through, crack jokes on each other. You know, he used to call me Skinny Minnie. I used to be like Big Lemon Head Nigga.
Yeah.
It's all the same. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it was, and that was before he was who he was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was
Exactly.
there, but it was before.
Exactly.
You know, he
exactly.
became like who he was. So hallways, beatbox, you know, kick a beat. You know, he would spit something, say something. I mean, I even take that back to like Willie Hooker, Ill Will,
Right,
Mo Skrilla.
right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like big ups to them cats, because like them cats, Ray Street days, you know,
Right.
Wayne,
right.
like they used to, you know, they used to put put rhymes together. You know, my brother was in the mix. Shout out to G Money, J Rock, and the place to be. You know what I'm saying? They used to go where they used to do that shit. You know,
and that's where that recognition comes into play. You know what I'm saying? And that's where we got to show that love to those guys that show love to us. Right. You know what I'm saying? As who we are now. You know what I mean? When Huff was here, right? First of all, let me say big ups to the Debo gang, you know what I'm saying? And everybody that's rolling with us real properly like that.
Yeah, because we're going to get into that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Debo gang. I want to shout out the whole Debo gang. They wanted to come up here. We would have been like 40 deep up in here, but I was like, nah, you know what I'm saying? It's people. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. You know what I mean? I ain't got to have the whole entourage with me.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So, you know,
next
big
time
up.
We're going to let them come through.
Right. And it's going to be it's going to be a problem. Yo, why not, you know what I'm saying? True God, you know what I mean? Everybody, Debo gang. Y'all know what it is, man. PrinceGodzilla. When Huff was here, you know what I'm saying? And he recognized the entity that was before him. Right? My man had brought it to my attention. My homeboy Jason Oliver. Big up to Jason Oliver.
Yeah, Jay.
He Jason always been a supporter, and he always made sure that, you know what I'm saying, he bought things that are like. So when he bought it to my light, I was like, oh, word? Yo, that's peace. He was like, nah, but he really shouted you out, though. Like, go to this part of the video right here. So Jason bought it to my light. So when I heard Huff say that, I was like, yo, I got newfound respect for that brother. You know what I'm saying? Because we as artists, we tend to grow up with these images and these egos, right? So we start breeding off of that and start living off of that, and we quote unquote, excuse my language, start eating our own shit. You know what I'm saying? And we forget about those dudes that came through that, you know what I mean, burnt the building before us. Because the building has been burnt a couple of times. Yeah. We wasn't the only ones that burnt this motherfucker down. Yeah. You know what I mean? So when he did that, I was like, yo, I got newfound respect for that brother. Because he didn't have to. You know what I'm saying? And if you are an artist from any genre, on any level, it's a good thing to get notarized from anywhere, from any platform. You know what I mean? So when he did that, I was like, yo, that's peace.
And see, that was dope that piece was even edited in, because we did so much. We did so much talking that, like, we were recording. It wasn't streaming live at that point. Okay, we had went on break, but we had like a good 20 minutes of just conversation. That if that piece would have been in, you'd have been like, oh, what? Yo, I can't believe they said. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it was a good look all the way around for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Just
and I thank y'all. I thank y'all for putting the piece in.
Yeah, so like when you hit me and was like, oh, so like you doing a podcast now? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, so did I tag? Because I'm not good at that.
Well, I said, I'm Jason Oliver, big ups to J.O. because he brought it to my attention. He was like, yo, son, check this out. So I was like,
not savvy. You know, and I had told, you know, Huff, you know, shout out to the whole Purple Empire gang.
Oh, word up.
You know, when it comes out, you know, post it, do whatever you want to do with it, you know, put it out there, put it on your page. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care. It's stuff, it needs to be heard, you know.
Absolutely.
Get subscribers, you know, y'all more than welcome to come back, yada, yada, yada. So it's like when you hit me, I'm like, shoot, I even told him, I said, yo, my people, they all the way out of town. And like, yo, he done seen it, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it was.
I was definitely, when Jason hit me, I was in the studio and I went online for a minute. I was like, let me see what's going on my page. And Jason was like, yo, son hit you up. And I was like, oh, okay, that's peace. And he was like, no, son really hit you. Like, go to this part of the video. You know what I'm saying? He like put the numbers up there. So he must have looked at the video like a couple of times, you know what I mean?
Right.
So to recognize the numbers and the segment where the shout out was. So peace to those brothers, man. I knew Huff was going to be something special when I first met him. You know what I mean? And I first met Huff at my cousin crib. Because again, you know, we was getting ready to go out, and I think we was either going out to the cage or the skating ring. So,
or the armory.
Or the armory, right.
Armory was big, okay? Armory was big.
Right, armory was very big. Armory was very big.
Yeah, it was big.
So I walk in the room, and my cousin was like, yo, I want to introduce you to my homeboy. He was like, yo, this my man Dre. And I was like, oh, okay. He was in there ironing his clothes. He was getting it, you know what I'm saying?
He getting free. He get ready to get fresh. We about to pull up in a minute.
So he was like, yo, what's up, man? I was like, yo, what's good? You know what I'm saying? And I think he noticed what I was wearing. He was like, yo, those sneakers are fly or something he was saying. So we started, as time went on, we started seeing each other more and started complimenting each other on gear, and you know what I'm saying? I turned him on the music, he turned me on the music. So when he started coming through and found out my brother had turntables and a microphone, things clicked. You know what I'm saying? So
that was exclusive.
Yeah, he automatically, you know what I'm saying, took to the tables and the music like a fish to water. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at this little dude. I'm like, yo, this little dude gonna be nice. You know what I'm saying? And he definitely evolved into, you know, the person he is today. So I got newfound respect for that dude now. You know what I'm saying? And I want to say big up to him. But at the same time, like, why wouldn't I shout him out? Because we all came up together.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? We all was in this same cipher and evolved together. You know what I'm saying? Because I've heard you talk. I used to listen to you talk about these ideas back then. You know what I mean? And I used
to ain't nothing new.
Right. I used to imagine to myself you being on some radio station, you know what I'm saying, somewhere live, or some VJ on MTV or something like that. And I was like, yo, she's definitely gonna make it. She got the tools to, you know, do what she do. So
I appreciate that.
I'm really not surprised that you're in the position that you're in. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that. This just honest. If it hadn't been for Promised Land, shout out to Promise. Right. You know, he be all over the place, but big up the Promise. Like we probably would still be just talking about this. You know what I'm saying? Like broadcasting. Who about to go to school for that? No,
right.
I don't want to learn it. All I need to know is just bitch push the button and the song come on. You know what I'm saying? And I talk shit and go home. You know, but I found my little niche. But and what we got, but it was for him. If it wouldn't have, you know, if he hadn't kept pushing it, like that's gonna be dope. We could do this. All we need is this. Let's try this. Let's do it. And I'm gonna give a shout out to Lambo Numbers. Lambo Numbers out of Tampa. He came through on our first podcast, on the first joint. And he showed mad love, you know, like it went great. It felt natural, you know, it was very cool to interview him. And at this point, we still don't know if this is going to work or not. So I'm like, oh my God, it's going to be like 42.
Everything trial and error.
It's going to be like 50 takes. They're going to be like, shut up. That's not what we're talking about. But yo, he came through like, boom, 30 minutes, high five, and we was straight, you know, and that's when it was just like, okay, we may have something, right? You know, so when you reached out, it was like, oh, so you doing a podcast now?
Yo,
you know what I'm saying? I was like,
to me, it was like, I was burnt. I was like, yo, I ain't been on the show
yet.
Hit me. I was like, yo, what the hell?
How many she got? Let me look.
Like, yo, get burned up. That's exactly what I did. Because I was like, yo, this joint is hot.
Right, that's why I told you, like, it's fresh. We still doing it. You know, if you can come through, slide through anytime. You know, the doors is open.
For real. Once you said that, I was like, yeah, I'm there.
Yeah,
I'm there. Let's go.
It snowed, fake snow. You know what I'm saying? The weather wet and gray. People coming, you know, from other places. So we had to postpone the joint. But
I was like, yo, I'm there. I gotta be there. You know what I'm saying? I told my peoples, I was like, yo, my peoples down south got a little, you know what I'm saying, jump off down there. I gotta be there. I got to be there. Like, this ain't even a matter of discussion. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's real.
They was like, yo, you should go support, do that, this, that, and the third. You know
That's
what's
real. So, we trying to make it. We trying to make it big. We trying to make it more than just a, you know, this is just a, you know, small town type
Right,
you know,
right,
oh,
right,
it's
right,
cute
right,
to look
right,
at.
right,
You know,
right.
we trying to make it big, trying to
But,
make a
you
name,
know, you
link
gotta
up
start
with the right
somewhere.
people. Yeah, and
gotta
make it
start
happen.
somewhere. You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah.
We
So what got going on? You know,
I mean,
I know you got a lot. You got
I got a lot going
You got
on.
a list. It's long.
I got
It's about like my background for driving. I'm a habitual traffic offender. You know what I'm saying? It's like all of this right here is long. Go here, bring it down here.
I got a
That's
couple
what
of
he
albums.
got going on.
I got a couple of albums. I got a few albums actually. One is Crown Me King, PrinceGodzilla, Crown Me King. Another one is Sign of Victory, PrinceGodzilla. Another one is The Reign is Supreme, PrinceGodzilla. The next album that's going to drop, Heavy is the Head That Wears the Crown. So that's going to be...
That's the name of the album.
That's the name of the album. Heavy is the Head That Wears the Crown. Now, I'm not sitting here saying, you know what I mean, like, you know, I'm the end all beat all. But, you know what I'm saying? Hip hop right now is in a state of...
Oh, confusion.
Yeah. You know what I'm
just
saying?
combobulated. Yeah.
So the whole concept of heavy is the head that wears the crown, it's like there's a standard, you know what I mean, that people are used to and people are that relate to the culture you know what I'm saying, can relate to it in a certain way. So I feel like hip hop, the culture holds the crown. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just a loyal subject of this kingdom. You know what I mean? So when I say heavy is the head that wears the crown, I'm trying to bring that ruler back.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm trying to bring that empress back. I'm trying to bring that Slick Rick. I'm trying to bring that Wu-Tang. I'm trying to bring that, you know what I mean, that Mobb Deep.
Yeah.
I'm trying to bring that element back to music. And a lot of people...
The base of what hip hop is.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of people will embrace it. A lot of people won't. You know what I'm saying? Open-minded people will say, yo, okay, yeah, I see what you're going. I see what you're doing with that. I see where you're going with it. You know what I mean? Because since the beginning, for me, you know, hip-hop has been king. You know what I mean? For Scott G as well. Yeah. You know, I would wake up in the morning and this dude, 7 o'clock in the morning, this dude playing the new joint. You know what I'm saying? Before anybody got it. You know what I'm saying?
All
So,
the latest.
Right. All the latest. And it was
joints.
like music was our life. Whatever we did it to music. Wherever we went, we
music.
had to have music there with us.
Yeah.
So, you know, and that style of music was, you know, ruler to me. And like I said, I'm trying to hold that court and say, yo, look, this is the blueprint right here. This is what y'all need to be. But like I said, who am I? You know what I'm saying? I'm just a pillar. I'm just a pawn on the chessboard. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to show y'all, like, yo, my king is the true ruler.
Right.
Like, you know, what y'all used to now. I mean, you know, I understand that, you know, it's in the court. It's in the courtyard, but it's not. It's not, you know,
of standards.
Right. It's not of my standards anyway.
Right. I can dig that because I lose total respect for new artists that's coming in the game that can't pay respect and understand the origin of hip hop.
Right.
So when I say things to you, that's like, you know, I came up with, you know, really like Sugar Hill Gang, Rappers Delight. Like, that's the first hip hop album I heard, you know what I'm saying? But like prior to that, you know, you had a couple of other people that was, you know, kicking real hard in New York, you know, Brooklyn, the Bronx. 78, 79. It just so happened that Sugar Hill Gang, that album was to be the first national like recorded joint.
Exactly.
So to have new heads in the game that don't respect and understand. I mean, you look up who you look up to. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to disrespect like, you know, folks that Lil Wayne. I came up listening to, you know, Cash Money, you know, because I like them cats when they had underground tapes too. You know, it was something. It was different, but I embrace it because this from the New York to Southern hip hop. if you a true hip hop fan, you embrace what hip hop is. So to not know the origin, because those cats know the origin. Right. The cats you look up to know the
who
origin.
They look up to.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
So to not acknowledge that as a new cat in the game and everything is just like, Migos or Gucci.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, I like Dave East, or and then big ups that I like Davies too. Don't get me wrong.
Absolutely. I mean, good music is good music.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Good music is good music.
To not just understand, like, to be a true head of hip hop, you have to embrace what the culture really is.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I think a lot of cats these days, and I'm far by any means any specialist. I just feel like I'm a true hip hop junkie.
Absolutely.
That's just what it is. It was born and bred that way.
I was, I'm gonna be honest with you. Sugar Hill Gang wasn't my first favorite record.
Wasn't my first favorite record. It was the first record because my brother had turntables. I'm 40. My brother 45. Well, he just turned 46. I'll be 41. So the first album, he had turntables, but the first album that my mom or my parents bought him for Christmas was
Sugar Hill Gang.
Sugar Hill Gang. You know what I'm saying? So like prior to that, we listening to Slick, Rick James, and,
right. Yeah,
you know
absolutely.
What I'm saying? Betty Wright and all that stuff. Yeah, that's what we listening to.
When Sugar Hill Gang first dropped, I was like, it's what was the name of the sample that they used? The
Good Times.
Good Times. I said, okay, that's somebody rhyming over Good Times.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, yeah, it's nice. But the song that really made me a hip hop head, a hip hop fan, the actual song was Sucker MCs by Run DMC.
Oh yeah, that was 83.
Right. You know what I mean? So when I heard cause I
know that verse. I'm just saying, that album, we got that album after, when it came out, we got that album. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because it was. But that was 1983. I won't forget that because that's when we moved from New York. We moved in December. We moved from Coney Island to Georgia, December 1983. You know what I'm saying? But that was 83 when Sucker MCs dropped.
Right.
I was like 6.
I
was like 6 at the time.
The King of Rock album, that single Sucker MCs. That was, to me, that was what hip hop was right then and there. You know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah, you had the Sugar Hill Gangs, you had the
Curtis Blow,
the Curtis Blows and all of that.
Cool
but that Sucker MC, that record right there, it changed my life.
Because 2 years ago, that's what they told me. It was a friend of mine asked me to say some MC rhymes.
Okay.
So I said these rhymes I'm about to say.
Come on now.
The rhyme was deaf and then it went this way.
I didn't know you spoke run.
What? I speak run.
I didn't know you speak
fluently.
Run. Okay.
I speak that. Took a test to become an MC.
Say what now?
And all the people came amazed at me.
Come
so Larry
on now.
put me inside his
Cadillac.
The chauffeur drove off and he never came back.
Come on
that
now.
was the joint.
I didn't know you speak run.
I speak run.
There you go.
Fluently.
All
Won't he do it?
Hey,
they'll do it. It'll do
now,
it for you.
like I said, that record right there, it changed my life because I was like, all right, okay, so I see what hip hop is now. You know what I'm saying? Then you had the Planet Rocks.
Oh yeah.
Then you had the Looking for the Perfect Beat. Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then you had those records.
Yeah.
Then you know what I'm saying? That's how, for me, hip hop started evolving. You know what I mean? Then you had the UTFOs with the Roxannes and the Roxanne Shantays and the real Roxannes and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But from that point on, I was hooked. The thing that inspired me back then, right? It wasn't radio though. It was other cats that was actually MCing on the mic. That was actually rhyming on the mic. That was local MCs. You know what I mean? You had your Tim Streets. Okay, Tim Street was Tim Street. You know what I'm saying? I gave Tim Street his respect, but there was a couple of MCs that to me was feared MCs. You know what I mean? In my book. You
right. You know who I'm gonna put in that bracket? Big up to the big homie Siggy.
Okay.
Because I don't care what nobody said about that dude. What you thought of that dude? When I say could drop a 16 from the top of the dome,
for sure.
Cypher style,
for sure.
He could do that.
For sure.
Zig Live, whatever you want to call him. He was Ziggy back in my day.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that.
He was in that category
underrated.
Right.
Yeah, he was in that category
yeah.
of nobody gave him the because Drake. They had a little group together
Right,
at one point.
right.
It was like nobody gave him that respect. You know what I'm saying?
For me, those MCs, not in this particular order, was Plunder. Remember Dante Jackson?
Yeah.
Plunder. You had Khalil, which was casual. Call himself Unconscious Rascals now, or whatever he's calling himself nowadays.
Yeah.
And Ness. And you remember Ness, the one with the dreads?
Ness, News Ness.
Yes, sir. Those
Shout
three
out
MCs,
to Mr. Ness.
those three MCs right there, to me, was feared MCs. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, now when I say feared MCs, I'm not saying feared in its physical form.
Right.
I'm saying those brothers was, like you said, could pick up a mic and create a song and create
a drop of a
16. You know what I'm saying? And every line be fire, every song be fire, every verse be fire. And I would look at those dudes and be like, you know what? I got to go back and rewrite some shit.
Right.
I got to go back and rewrite.
I can't come out.
I can't come out. You know what I'm saying? And spit this shit
in the
right
house,
here.
right.
You know
what I got right now,
I got to go
cool.
back and refigure my whole joint.
Yeah.
Because the first time I heard Khalil, he came to my crib to record with my brother.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And because my brother was like, yo, I want you to get on this song with this dude named, he called him Casual then. I was like, all right, cool. You know, I went in the room real quick, wrote something out. You know what I'm saying? I'm nice MC.
Yeah, I can do it.
Khalil came in the crib. Grady threw the beat on. Khalil started spitting. I looked at my paper and said, man, I can't say this shit.
Ball it up.
Right.
Throw it away.
Real quiet, like, just crumble my shit up real quiet, like,
you
just.
You didn't hear that.
Right, you know what I mean?
Start over.
Right.
You had to plan B that one.
Back to the drawing board on that one.
Plan B.
I was like, man, I said, yo, when I first heard that dude, man, I was like, yo, this dude is ill. When I first heard Ness, I was like, yo, I'm going to tell you where we was at when I first heard him. We was at Big Joe's when I first heard Ness. And Ness, everybody was in the cypher. It was like 9 cats in the cypher.
Wow, I feel like I was at Big Joe's that time.
You might have been.
Because look, I feel like I'm about to add to the storyline.
I rhymed first, Ness rhymed, somebody else rhymed, and it went on. After Ness rhymed, nobody else
wanted to go.
Right.
I was there.
Right.
I was there because that's when it became official. Young
real.
Guns, Elliot Ness.
Right. Exactly.
You couldn't.
Exactly.
You couldn't rock with them.
I said, "Yo, hold up. Let me think real quick before the mic get back round to me." You know what I'm saying? So I can spit some real. Because this dude, I know he gonna come with it. You know what I mean? And he was always that type of dude. Every time I heard him, he was nice. Every time he got on a mic or a cipher, he was nice. And that was the same thing with Plunder, Dante Jackson. This dude, I mean, when I tell you talent on top of talent, it was like he was so far ahead of his time back then.
Yeah,
it wasn't even, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I said, every time I heard him, I was like, yo, I gotta rewrite my verse real quick. And those dudes, those dudes never knew.
Dante was fire.
I'm telling you, him and Ziggy. You know what I'm saying? But Dante, like, he was like that. He was in that Fed MC category to me. You know what I mean? But those dudes didn't know. Like, I had some shit waiting for their ass. You know? Like, if it came down to it, I'd be like,
I got it. I'm ready.
Yeah, nigga, let's get it.
You battling today? I'm ready for that.
But those dudes really inspired me. Those dudes really, like, put that flame in me. You know what I mean? They put that yo, you know we coming with it, so you better have it with you. If you ain't got it with you, you better go get it. So those was the dudes that, you know what I'm saying? You know, on top of the Ziggies and on top of the Pazzies, the Daniel Troxlers and the Tim Streets, you know what I'm saying, and those cats. And, you know, they all inspired me, but like I said, those cats right there, they had that shotgun heat for your ass, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I just always looked at those dudes like that competition, you know what I'm saying? And it was, the struggle was very real for me back then.
Yeah, it was real. It was real for us all. We were all in the struggle, okay? It was that kind of like, don't push me because I'm close to the edge.
Right, struggle, right.
You know, everybody trying to make a way, make a name, you know what I mean? But yeah, those were good times, you know. Wish you could bring that back. But big shout out to Ness, though. I think he at Mr. Ness, Mr. News or something.
Something like that, yeah.
Mr. News, Instagram.
He hits me up on the book sometimes and be like, yo, what's good, cousin? Yo, we got a link, man. I'm like, yo.
Yeah, that'd be dope, though. Like, we should all link. That would be dope.
Absolutely.
That'd be fire. But I think he doing his thing like something like this, too, right?
Oh, really?
Like, I think so. I think he got something like this going on. But, big ups to all them cats. Maybe one day we could be reunited. And it feels so good.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That would definitely be dope.
For sure,
so I mean, you know, on the new end of the stick, we trying to bring hip hop back to where it was at.
Yeah, that's my Operation Bring Hip Hop is in full effect.
Yeah, we should get some shirts. I print tees. Operation Hip Hop in full effect. Through I print tees. That's 241 East Market Street. We're gonna get them joints printed
there you
up.
Go. Operation
hip-hop. Bring hip hop back.
Right.
That's what we're gonna call it.
Effect.
Then we're gonna get some Promised Land shirts and put hip hop making a comeback with Promised Land on it. That shit'd be dope.
I'm trying to tell you.
241 East Market Street. We got them coming to you. To a store near you. You know what I mean? So we're gonna get into something that you got that's new.
Well, it ain't new. It ain't new. It's new enough though.
Hey, we're gonna make it new.
You know what I'm saying? It's new enough because Cats is still asking for it. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm proud of it.
Oh, yeah. We're going to bring them what you got. So, that's what's up.
Bloodshed.
We chilling. PrinceGodzilla in the building.
Oh, yeah.
Way back. We go way back like 4 flats. You know
we got stories on top of stories.
Well, around the corner from stories.
Hey, yo, son. Hey, yo, tonight feel like one of them nights. Yo, tonight I feel like you might go down or some shit, son. Yo, that shit is in the air, son. I can feel that shit.
Hey, yo, this is the roll call for the cause of the new movement. And all of my soldiers that's supplying their knowledge to it. Of anticipation, years of preparation and never being clueless to it. Just bound by the unseen and unable to pursue it. All of the untamed minds fortified with divine thinking that calibrate each steps and can articulate. They speaking, capitalizing corporations that's leaving the truth leaking. And know it's just knowledge to obtain for their own gain. Be utilized when the right time came and maintaining the expressions of manifesting these lessons. It's something they couldn't wait to start testing. But the situation now is way beyond debating or intelligent conversation or verbal word playing or trying to compromise or even pacification. Now you're faced with the monsters you created in a known situation.
When you study the historic nature of revolution, the motive of a revolution, the objective of a revolution, and the result of a revolution, and the methods used in a revolution, how do they bring it about? Bloodshed. You haven't got a revolution that doesn't involve bloodshed. And you're afraid to bleed.
These are the documents of hypocrisy's accomplishments. Yo, admired by the dominance, but not by the consciousness. And microchips are planted inside the prominence. Listen, for the youth to stay astonishingly incompetent. And for the politics that now seem like honestness. And want to abolish the righteous men that try to follow it. But I stayed on top of it with scopes and binoculars. For the evasion of dictation and apocalypse. And all my soldiers that's preparing for these wars know it's way beyond camping inside the Sakati Park. Mommy's calling on the Lord cause they knowing that they babies is going to fight the ball. By any means or any cost, and it's possible they can never see him anymore. Or have him return to the yard in the body bag and parts and question the revolution of what was he fighting for. So I'm telling all of y'all that the body will go on, even if the head has been severed or cut off.
How did they get it? Bloodshed. There's no love lost. Was no compromise. Was no negotiation. I'm telling you, you don't know what a revolution is. Because when you find out what it is, you'll get back in the alley. You'll get out of the way. And you're afraid to bleed.
I kinda sighed when I felt the earth breathe and I heard the country cry. Around the same time when Obama was immortalized. Now you're faced with the 45 teams that's been organized and intelligently unified, but now they uncivilized. Nah, and don't want no explanations for why there's no compensation or even restoration. I'm waiting patient and never getting plantations. Years wasted on getting justice on cases that's erased. On getting beat bad, bloodied and replaced by these thugs with their clubs and enemies of the state. So now it's time to take out all of these street lamps and all surveillance tapes. All these security and police barricades. All negotiations have been all put to bed. We about to stand up. It's about to be bloodshed.
Just let them go.
When you study the historic nature of revolution, the motive of a revolution, the objective of a revolution, and the result of a revolution, and the message used in a revolution, how do they bring it about? Bloodshed. You haven't got a revolution that doesn't involve bloodshed, and you're afraid to bleed.
Just let them go.
Still live, we running. That's what we do. Shit, that shit was fire. It's just kind of like all respect though, cause that's got that for real hip hop vibe.
Yeah, that track is over like 5 years old though.
Really?
Yeah, and
say word.
That was when.
I'm like, say word.
That's when Obama just got inaugurated. And it was so much circulating in the,
that's been in a long time.
In the air about politics and so on and so forth. So I was like, all right, well, like, what does this mean? You know what I mean? Like, what does this mean for black society? What does this mean for society in general? It's like, all right, do we need to start getting together, like really getting together and forming alliances and groups and so on and so forth. Like, I really started thinking about that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I really started putting in perspective, like, all right, like, what does it mean to have a revolution? Like, what does it really actually take in order to have a revolution, in order for us to really want to change things? It's like, it's going to take some bloodshed.
Right.
It's really going to take some bloodshed. You really going to have to bleed on this one.
Right.
So I really started thinking, and I really was like, yo, this shit right here.
That's what's real, because it's deep. It bring, like I said, they bring that self, I don't want to say self-destruction, but that self with like KRS-One, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, on
like
the top of that, I was playing a lot of Batman Arkham City, so it got real. It got a little dark for a minute, so I was like, but it brought to mind, like, what if we were in this world?
This state, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do as a people? What are we gonna do as a group? What are we gonna do as an collective? You know what I'm saying? Unit. Like, what are we gonna do actually?
Right.
Are we gonna self-destruct? Or are we gonna come together
as a unit and move as a unit?
Yeah, move as a
unit.
unit.
As a people.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it just got real heavy on my mind, and I was like, yo, I can't hold this shit no more. I gotta write it out.
Right.
You know what I mean? I feel pregnant. Like,
I gotta give birth.
Yeah, I gotta give birth to this shit.
I'm in labor right now. I gotta drop it. That's what's up.
So when I wrote the rhyme, like, the beat came, I heard the sample, I chopped the sample up, and it all came together. Did the song in like 15 minutes. I still don't really know the song, like,
wow,
by heart yet, because it's so it's so fresh and it's so new every time I hear it. But you know, I love the song and everybody.
That's crazy.
Everybody
So you
gravitates
kind of
to it.
like top of the dome.
Yeah.
I'ma just,
damn near.
Yeah, spit this and
You know what I mean?
that's what's up.
So let me ask you something. Mm-hmm. Real serious, on a real serious note, all bullshit aside. Where were you when you heard that Scott G passed away?
I was actually in Georgia. I was living, you know, when I graduated, I stayed in Burlington for probably like not even a year. So that was, I graduated in 95. Like before the end of 95, I was in Georgia. So for me, because we somewhat kept in touch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I tried to keep in touch because that was squad.
Right.
Like that's just what it was.
Right.
We rolled together. You know, we was. Although I was young at the time, you know what I'm saying? It was still like a unit, so to speak. You know, we was there all together. So I was in Georgia. Had just moved into my second place at the time, and just got a phone call from Angel. And she was distraught. And I was like, what happened?
Right.
You know, you answer the phone. I'm
yeah.
like, shit.
What's going on? Yeah.
The way you sound, somebody has passed away. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
That's
yeah.
how it sounds. You're not gonna believe it.
Right.
What? Yo, Grady. What?
Right.
You playing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you playing, bitch. What? Yo, Scott G. Yo, I just talked to Mac. Like it's real. And like at that moment, I sat there for a minute,
Right.
and then I just went from just thoughts, memories. Of,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then when she explained what she had heard at the moment, that shit became unreal for me. Like I couldn't accept it.
You couldn't fathom it, yeah.
Hell no. You know what I'm saying? Like knowing that dude in a million years, like nah. It need to be like some CSI, and that was before CSI was even popular. You know what I'm saying? It need to be some CSI, some investigators, somebody lying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's where I was at with it. But when I tell you, like my feelings was so hurt. It was so just kind of like it was raw, and I hate at the time. I couldn't get back to come and pay my respects. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I harbored a lot for a moment of, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get to say.
See my boy, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it go deep. Because y'all had a relationship.
Yeah, that
y'all
shit
had a
was
relationship.
like, we was mad tight.
Yeah.
Like, that whole crew, like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna call it a crew, and like I said, at that point in time, like, you know, I'm young, you know, but it was more like we was like a squad, so to speak, and how we winded up in the squad. It's just kind of like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Nobody took me serious as trying to be an MC, you know what I'm saying? It's like, Keeta, what you doing? You know, like, nah, I can do it, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, like, that shit really
resonated.
Yeah, that shit hurt my feelings to the core. Like, I'm ready to go beat bitches up in real life. Yo, she at Chapel Hill, where she at? Huh? That bitch still breathing? No. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I felt. It's gonna pop off. I see her, it's popping off. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Real life.
In real life. That's how I felt. You know what I'm saying? Because it's no, I get it.
Right. Yeah.
I get it. At the point at the first beginning, like I didn't get it. But you know, over time it's like, you know,
I get it. Yeah.
I get it. And it's almost like I wish that I hadn't lost contact with folks. Because, you know, at that end, then the Brian Pryor got locked up.
Right. It was like one thing right after another.
Right. It's like, what the fuck is going on? Right. Like, yo, if we were still a squad, this shit wouldn't have happened. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I felt. Like, if we were still team, if we were still squad, this shit wouldn't have happened.
Right. I mean, now, Okay, imagine.
Things happen for a reason, but I'm just saying.
Now, imagine how you felt, right? Imagine how I felt.
Yeah, I can't, you know what? I know how I felt, but it would be whack of me to say I understand how you felt.
No, but I get it, though.
I can't say I understand how you felt. I can say that I'm sure you felt way worse than I did. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
but I can't say, like, I know how you felt. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all held a different type of bond.
Old buddy was, you know, he was my mom at times. You know what I'm saying? When Mom Dukes wasn't around, he was definitely Pops. When Pop Dookie wasn't around. You know what I'm saying? Like, he kept shit in line. Like, let's be clear. You know what I'm saying? Son kept shit in line for a couple of motherfuckers. Let's be clear. You know what I mean? Like, if it wasn't for Scott G, a lot of motherfuckers out here wouldn't be doing what they doing now.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, let's be clear.
Right. That's word.
So he made sure, you know what I'm saying? Like, some was like, yo, nah, fuck the streets, nigga. You going to college. Like, fuck MCing.
Right.
Like, forget music. Music
right.
gonna
That's
be there.
Yeah.
You going to college.
Yeah.
I'm like, what you talking about?
Yeah.
Nigga, I'm firing these streets, nigga.
Right. I got that heat.
Deal. Right.
Yes.
Like, what?
Gonna be
like,
that.
yo, listen, you going to school. You know what I'm saying? All bullshit aside. You know what I'm saying? So he was, with me, he was that type of dude. You know what I'm saying? So he was like no nonsense when it came to me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, if it was any rappers in Burlington that was, you know what I'm saying, claiming they nice, niggas would come get me. Like, it's 1,000 other rappers in Burlington.
Right. Why you come to get me? Yeah.
I remember, I'm a, you know, keep the name calling to a minimum to protect the innocent. I had a love interest. Yeah, I had a love interest in the back of Petersburg Apartments. Okay,
remember them Petersburg
she was sick. She was at home sick from school, and I was helping her. I was helping nurse her back to health. You know what I mean? And that was
AKA
a long time
over
ago.
there getting it popping.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. You know,
AKA
when I was in my
them at
nursing
work.
days. You know what I'm saying? So, as you know, I'm providing my services. Knock on the door. Yo, where Jai at? And, you know, she was in her nightgown, you know, her sick clothes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Little ankle bracelet on. You know what I mean? Little real cute. So she was like, he in here. Like, and, you know, niggas barged in the house like, yo, this rappers over here. I'm like, yo, I'm with my girl. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to.
Shorty right now.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's a lazy afternoon. Like, what y'all doing?
Yeah, what you doing?
But, you
I'm
know.
on break.
That's what it was. Right. Exactly.
What you doing? I'm on break.
So that's the type of, you know, off and on thing that, you know, we had. Like, he knew how to turn it off and become,
right,
you know, Pop Dukes and, you know, Scott G.
Right.
All the time. But it was the morning of my birthday when I got the call. Yeah. January 11, 2000.
Nigga, I know.
Are
you serious?
Yeah. It was 5:30 in the morning when I got the call, right? 5:30, 6:30, something like that. Phone ringing off the hook. I'm sitting there and I'm like, all right, Mark, I'm coming. I know the car probably downstairs. I'm about to get dressed. I'm sitting there, laying there, listening to the phone ring, saying that to myself.
Right.
Because I'm thinking my manager sent the car for me to go to the city to do the shoot for the Source magazine. So I'm like, all right, Mark, I'm coming. I'm getting up. I'm getting my clothes on. All right, I'm coming. So I got to the phone, answered it. They hung up. So I said, all right, let me lay that back down for a couple of more minutes because I know he going to call back. As soon as I hit the couch, phone ring again. All right, Mark, I'm coming. I'm getting my, you know, the whole routine go back over again.
Right.
So I get to the phone and answer the phone. I'm like, yo, what up, man? I'm coming. What's up? You know, is the car downstairs? It's my grandmother. And she like, she's pretty much basically hysterical. And I'm like, Grandma, what's the matter? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? So she was like, my other line clicked in. That's what it was. My other line clicked in. So I was like, okay, Grandma, hold on for a minute. Because I'm like, now I'm scared. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I got to find out what's going on. So at the time, it was my daughter's mother. And she was like, I got to talk to you about something. I'm like, yo, I ain't got time for this right now. First of all, today my birthday. Second of all, I'm getting ready to go do a shoot for the source. Third of all, you know what I'm saying? I got my grandmother on the other end. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. She was like, no, I really need to talk to you. I really need to talk to you. So I hung up on her to get back to my grandmother, but I hung up on both of them. Phone ring. As soon as I hung it up, it was my daughter's mother again. She was like, look, listen, I got to talk to you. I got to tell you something. I was like, what? What do you want? Like, there's nothing you can say to me that's going to spoil my day anyway. Right. You know what I mean? Like, what do you want?
I'm about to do it.
Right. You know what I mean? So she was like, yo, your brother's dead. And I'm like, so I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I'm like, what the fuck is you talking about? So I'm like, now I know my oldest brother was out there wilding and doing what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know, okay, if he did, then I'm really not surprised. Like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm thinking about. That's the only thing that I'm thinking about. I'm like, yeah, all right, man, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yo, let me call you back. You know, let me call my grandmother now. Everything is clicking.
Right.
Let me find out, you know, what's going on. Call my grandmother. She's still hysterical. So I was like, so what happened? How did Dwight die? She was like, do you remember the scene from Paid in Full when Ace Boogie came in the house and his girl and her mother was crying? Yeah. And they was like, oh shit, y'all found Sonny. It was that type of moment. And she was like, found Sonny, baby, we found Mitch. Right. You know what I mean? Like, it was that type of moment. She was like, Dwight. She was like, no, baby, Grady gone. And I'm like, instantly, like, everything just shut down.
The world.
Right. Came to a stop.
The earth. Everything. Like, and this is all the way G. Because I'm going to keep it 100. Because, and then, like I said, I didn't make it to pay my respects, but it's ironic because it wasn't even a whole week after everything was said and done. I came back to Burlington. You know what I'm saying? And all in the same breath, that's when I was saying, you know, I beat bitches up. You know, because at this point, it's so many different storylines. Like, I don't even get true, false, whatever. We'll leave that up to the Lord to figure that out. You know what I'm saying? All I know is I'm about to go punch this bitch in her good stomach that's still left because I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, like, yes, I feel what you're saying, but I
here at Keeta Sweets, we don't promote no violence. We keep it all, you know.
We don't. I'm not gonna tell you to do it, but I ain't gonna tell you I'm gonna tell you what I did because that's what I thought. You know, yes, I was promoting violence. I don't care. Pull up. Let me call my gang that know the gang. Hey, and just, hey, bitch, I'm back. What you heard about her? You know what I'm saying? What's going down? It was who? What? Where that nigga? Where he live at? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it was.
But you know what?
I never, like, to this day, know. I never knew what the true story was. You know, it was just, I heard it through the grapevine, like, that's what it was. And still, like, in my spirit, I still felt like it just don't make sense to me.
And I'm laughing to make light of the situation.
Right, no, I'm serious.
At the same time, like, it's love for me to hear you say that, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To hear you feel that way. Because you don't know how good it felt to hear other people say, yo, that was my brother too.
Yes. That was my I need y'all to focus on these words.
You see what I'm saying?
That was my DJ.
Right. You know what I mean?
That was my DJ. And you know what I'm saying?
To hear other people say that and to see how many lives that this dude touched.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's when it became real to me. Because sometimes I would be like, you know, that nigga was an asshole on some real shit. Like, that nigga, he got on my fucking last nerve. But at the same time, like, this dude was, like, the dude.
Yeah. the quality though, cause like with Grady, you got it how it was, with no beat around the bush.
Right.
It was straight up and down. This is what it is. If your shit was whack, your shit was whack. You know what I'm saying? I ain't about to tell you that shit was cute. Ooh, yes, we liked it. You did good. No, like no, son, your shit whack, B. We not about to do that.
But if Scott G wasn't pumping it, with nobody pumping
it, that mean that shit weak as hell. That's when the weak as well water was out back then. Your shit weak as well water. We don't even do that over here. You know what I'm saying? But it was just a sense of like it felt like it was a ripple effect. Like everything just kind of fell apart after that. You know what I'm saying? And it was kind of like when I left and I moved, like I touched bases with them dudes on pretty much on a regular. Then numbers get changed and you know life happens, shit go on. I got other shit.
Let's put it in this perspective, Keeta. 509 was the first Rockefeller.
Woo.
Okay, like let's be clear. You know what I mean?
Should have been recording this on video, because when I moved to Lakeside, just as a older person, because I had an apartment over there, I used to ride past there, and I used to be like, this shit was the shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you wasn't the shit if you weren't part of that situation. That shit was like VIP before you even supposed to be VIP. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like we VIP, but we was VIP then. Like that, you got to be from that era and that area to understand what was going on.
Right.
Like
when I say that we were the first Rockefeller, we was the first Bad Boy, we was the first. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
real.
We was that entity.
That's real.
We had the music. We had the business side of it. We had the following. We had the, you know what I'm saying? You know, shout out to Roy Pride. Shout out to Brian Pride. Shout out to Deechie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to
Big Derek. Like,
all of those guys. Man, listen. It was
free my
real.
G till he free.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all of them. That was that. Do you know how popular I ain't even gonna say how popular, because we was just like, we was mad cool.
Right.
Like I wasn't fast by any means. Like back then, like I wasn't knocking nobody off. You know what I'm saying? Just mad cool. You know what I'm saying? You know how many people wanted to be a part of that squad that wasn't a part of that squad?
Yes, sir.
I mean, it was like mad people. Like, oh my God.
Right. Like, what y'all doing? What y'all doing next?
That's how it was. I had a 16th birthday party at my cousin's house in Graham on Popular Street. I never forget. We shut the city. We shut the city down. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
the city
sir.
got shut up, and I'm 16. I just turned 16.
Everybody in Graham was there.
Everybody who was somebody
in Graham was there that night.
That was during that time was there. And I'm talking about like OGs that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, this nigga been done graduated school. Like, what the fuck is you doing at the party? You know what I mean? Like, that's how that's the type of magnitude it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, you was somebody, but that shit rocked me. That shit hurt me. And still to this day, you know, I still don't know. Absolutely. I've never probed and I never asked questions. You know,
I never have neither, because my whole situation. I mean, of course, it goes deeper for me, but
I know it would.
The whole aspect of, you know, Grady's legacy, quote unquote.
He got one.
Yeah, if that even is a thing, but
that's it. That's
my whole thing is, you know, his legacy is, you know, mainly his daughter, his music, his, you know, what he built. You know, 509. Like I said, if it wasn't for Grady, it wouldn't have been no 509. It wouldn't have been no Debo gang. It wouldn't have been no this. It wouldn't have been no that, because he instilled that flavor in us. You know what I'm saying? He instilled that fire in us. So, you know, for me to sit there and try to decipher,
right,
and downplay the whole situation, I'm like, you know what? Just let that nigga live, man. Just let the whole, you know what I'm saying? Whatever happened, it's only two people that know. Well, three people. Them and God. You know what I'm saying? If God want me to find out, if God want me to know, He'll reveal it to me. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, I'll let that
I
shit
said
go.
the Lord didn't want me to know, because in real life, we was pulling up, beating bitches up. Okay? For real. All right? Just, what's the room number? Is it still, that's how it was going? Is she still in there? What? I'm just keeping it real. I called my cousin right now. She will back everything up that I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Shit, her, one of my other homegirls, Sasha, like, it was, I'm calling everybody that I know from, hey, what did you hear? What? You know where her mom and them stay at. You know,
But
like.
we don't promote violence here at Keeta Sweets. We keep it all
That
good,
was back in the day.
lawful.
You know, the
here
Lord
at,
has moved and worked on me
right.
since then.
There you go.
Now it's different. We pray for people and we ask the Lord to bring us deliverance and everything. I'm just saying, to keep it 100, we was going to, FYI, I don't know if you're going to look at it or see it, lady ma'am, at some point, even if you do hear it. Yes. Stamped Keeta Sweets. We was going to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's meant, you know, we didn't. We got stopped. We was blocked because we couldn't get all the info. I'm just saying, though, just a word to the wise. We was going to do that.
We love Sky G, in other words.
And you what?
That's all we say.
True or false, we wouldn't even answer no questions. No, we was just going to go with what we knew. Okay? But we don't promote violence, okay? That gets you nowhere.
Okay.
All right?
That's what we going to leave it
I'm
at.
just saying. That was old school. We new school.
But like I said, it touches me to make you, to hear that you felt that way.
Hell yeah. Shit. Nigga, I cried for days. That was days. You know what I'm saying? Yes, that was days. That was, like I said, my DJ. Those was good times, good memories.
The one time I ever heard that nigga say he was proud of me, right, was when I got to deal with Ava Rex.
Oh.
And I started, designing sneakers for Ava Rex. This nigga called me because I sent him some sneakers. Right, I sent them some sneakers. And the nigga called me, yo, you did these. Yo, this is dope. Yo, I'm proud of you. I was like, what? Wait, what? Did you say you were proud of me? Right, like,
did he?
Really? So you know what I'm saying? Like he would call me, and this was like prior to the incident or whatever. Like, being that we were close and talking every day, like he would call me like hour on the hour. Yo, what you doing? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? What's this?
Yeah,
I'm like, yo, I'm working on some new designs right now. Like, yo, what you think about this? Or what you think about that? And that. And I would send him boxes weekly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would send him like graffiti books, and I would send him new sneaker designs, like actual prototypes of the sneakers that I would design. I would send him like breakdance tapes and DJ tapes, like DJ battle tapes and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I was around all of that. And, he would call me. He was like, yo, I just got the box. Yo, this is dope. This is fresh. Yo, I'd be like, yo, I'm glad you liked it. You know what I'm saying? And this, that, and the third. And he was like, yo, what they rocking up there? Now, you know what I'm saying? I go copy for him and send it to him. And, you know what I'm saying? And I would send him, like, a bag full of blank tapes. Like, yo, send me some music. These niggas up here, they stingy and this, that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, we kept a tight relationship. And, even still after everything was said and done, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Like, every time somebody say, yo, happy birthday, Ja, that shit just, I just cringe. Yeah,
so I did not know that was your birthday.
Yeah.
I did not know that was your birthday.
And for my mom, it's like, gift and a curse type thing, too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's
I can only imagine.
I gave birth to one son, buried another son on the same day.
Celebrate the memories of another one.
It's kind of like when, and I tell people all the time, you know what I'm saying? Please don't wish me happy birthday on Facebook. Please stop wishing me happy birthday on Facebook. No.
It's like, I don't think I've done that.
I'd be like, yo, don't wish me happy birthday on Facebook, because you know what I'm saying? Like, it brings me back to that place. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when somebody says, happy birthday, Ja, it's like, well, goodbye, Grady. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm trying to get over it. I'm gonna tell you a funny story though about that. He was at the funeral, right? I'm taking everything light, and it's like he's like sitting beside me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we talking and looking at everybody. It was like, oh shit, like she came, like, oh shit, like, look, he came.
Yeah,
like, I can't believe he came. Tim Richmond. Pastor Tim gets up on the podium, right? He fixes a mic and he's all cool, calm, and collected. And he said, "Yeah, me and Grady was best friends." And boop, bop, boop. I mean, ugly cry, straight up and down. And I'm sitting there, and I mean, it came all out of the blue. And I sat there, and it took everything in me, Keeta, to keep from busting out laughing at this boy's funeral, at his best friend crying over this. I said, Lord.
Because you have to know who Tim is to understand why.
Right.
Because he was a comedian.
Right.
He was funny back then. You know what I'm saying? So if you see him in an emotional state, it would almost be funny because that's who he was. Everybody knew Tim. If you was around Tim, you was going to get joked on.
Yeah.
It's
Off
guaranteed.
Off
you
gate.
getting joked on. I don't care who you are.
Whether it was you, your mama, your daddy.
He about to talk about you in the worst way. And you about to be like, damn, I done got caught. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how
that was that dude.
Yes.
When I saw
can
that,
only imagine.
my motherfucking mouth hit the floor. I was like,
what are you doing? Nigga.
Like, what in the world is going on? Oh, on that note as well, I want to give a big shout out to Mac Richmond for, him going through what he just went through. And I hate that I couldn't get down here for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that was also family right there.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he was a big part of what we did too.
Right.
But, like I said, to see Tim in that state,
I can only imagine.
I said, Lord have mercy.
Hey, you should have seen when I first saw him preach or say a word of preaching this. It was like, what? I mean, I know the Lord changed and moved me.
Right.
What?
Right.
Am I supposed to take this seriously or what? Because I feel like I need to go read the Bible now.
Yeah.
I feel like he ain't telling the whole truth.
Because everything was nigga boy with him. Nigga boy.
Yeah.
Pass that. Yo, 2 chokes and pass, nigga. What's up?
Yeah, that's it. That's how I would blow it down.
Right. Nigga, what's up?
That's how
Where the huff
was.
at? Burn your huff.
Yes, burn your
huff. Where the huff
what's
at?
Up. That's what's good.
But man, we it dawned on me. I was like, okay, this dude was, he was special. Yeah. I mean, we always knew he was special, but
Yeah, he was. He was special when the nigga told me I couldn't rap. One time. Okay, listen. Hey, I was just playing when I said my little, 3, 4, bars.
No, he didn't.
I was just playing. And he was like, you can't rap. I was like, what? This nigga just told me I can't rap. So, had it been from him not telling me that I can't rap, I wouldn't be the MC that I think I am today.
Don't do me like that.
He laughed at me. I hit it because he was, mixing his own little cuts. And, I'm like, I got something I could put on that. You know what I'm saying? I had been, doing my little writing at the point in time. Like, memorizing stuff wasn't where I was at that point in my life. It took that moment for me to be like, okay, memorizing was what I need to do. You know what I'm saying? And this damn popcorn bubblegum shit, it's not it. But the nigga said, you can't rap. 509 was upstairs and he was doing, and I spit I was going in too because shit was sounding good to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, like I did that shit.
In your head.
In my mind, right. Like I'm ready to
platinum,
battle somebody.
Right.
We just did that. We about to do a whole album. I'm about to cut a demo. It's with like EPMD, please listen to my demo.
Right.
That's where I was at with. That's what we about to do. That nigga said, you can't rap.
Wow.
I said, really? He said, yes, no, you can't rap. So you don't like it? He was like, man, that shit corny. I said, he called my shit corny. Okay, I started to cry. I had been smoking that weed. Okay,
do me like that.
That's when Tampa Nuggets and Philly Blunts was in style. You know what I'm saying? Like it was. So my cry wasn't quite where it needed to be, but my feelings was hurt behind that. And then from that point on, it's like, right. I'm like, wait a minute, because look, I hit the blunt again and I passed. I'm like, you know what? You right. Nigga, I can't rap. You right. Never mind. Just let it go. Yo, I'm dead serious. I remember that. Like, I could tell you what we had on. is how strong that memory is for me. That's how deep it is etched in my brain of you can't rap. Man, that shit is corny. He called me corny. I'm like, I got the blunt back and I was sat on the edge of the bed. I'm like,
that is awful.
I'm like, you know what? I can't rap. You right. Never mind. I was just playing. Like, you ain't really have to get all serious with it. It was just jokes. Just joking. You know, but
that was a terrible story.
No, but I'm saying though, I respected that, and from that point on, in my mind, now I've got to be a for real MC. You know, I got to learn how to, you know,
For
rock
real,
with the
for
beat.
real.
Come for real. Like that's when I do this. Like I got to make it make sense.
Right.
Because he just told me I can't rap.
That was play. But now
Yeah, so that from that point on, it was like, okay, I need to better my skills. You know, because my brother, you know, he rapped. I can call him an MC. You know, he came up. That's what he was. I wanted to do everything that he did.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? You know, we
Right.
playing around. He got the beats. He's scratching and shit. Because I wanted to mix too one time in my life.
Right.
You know, so then I just started spitting.
Mm-hmm.
Fake spitting. Okay, I was really hiccuping. Wasn't spitting worth nothing. It made sense to me, but it didn't make sense to him. You can't rap. Don't do it no more. Okay.
Girl, you is a mess.
Hit that. You right. Here, hit that. Never mind. Just play. You ain't record that, did you? Don't play that for nobody else. You know, like that's how it was.
That's terrible.
Mad respect, though.
Lord
That taught me
have
a different
mercy.
level of the joint. So outside of me, like, what you got going on? What's the what we got? What can we expect?
Y'all can expect a lot. What y'all gonna get is something different, but y'all can keep expecting. As long as y'all expecting, that's gonna motivate me to.
Because you got the photography, you doing.
Well,
what's up? Plug everybody in.
The photography is
trying to get pictures.
See, I'm grown now. You know what I mean? So I can't be a 50-year-old rapper. Or I can be a 50-year-old MC, but
yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Right.
As far as going to Germany and all of those places I've been, and this, that, and the third, and grabbing a mic at 50 years old,
right?
I don't think it's gonna happen. So
right.
I wanted to do videography, right? I wanted to be a video producer, a film producer, and I made a little short film, and I had a Scott G. Keeta moment. Nigga, that was whack.
Right. Don't do it no more.
Right.
Come back.
And I'm like, oh shit. Because in my mind, I'm thinking I'm spitting.
Right. That's what I'm doing.
You know what I mean? I'm fire. I'm the hottest MC on the block. What you mean that's whack? That's corny. What the fuck is you saying to me?
Right.
So that same person that I showed the little, short movie to told me, he said, why don't you try photography? So I took that, to be honest with you, I took that as a diss. I'm like, what the fuck you mean photography?
Right.
What photography got to do with me doing videos and this, that, and the third?
Doing, right.
But by him telling me that, it was the origin of videography. Because photography is nothing but 24 frames per second for video. So as he said that, and I pieced my ego back together. Like as I, swept my shit back up and, you know what I'm saying, put it back in my pocket, put my face back on, you know what I mean, and walked out of the door with my shit shattered.
Right.
I put everything together and said, you know what? Let me journey down that road and see what photography is about. So as I started studying about photography and studying about videography, because sometimes us as artists, just pick up the mic and start rapping. But like you said,
Right.
don't do the knowledge to
Right.
the origin and the so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Right. So I said, well, let me dig a little deeper and see what this is about. And found out, like I said, videos is just photos broken down into moving parts. So I was like, okay, well, if I can do photography, and he said the same thing, if you can do photography, then you can do videos.
Videos, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So photography led me into script writing. Because I didn't write a script when I did that short film. I just picked up a
Right.
video camera and was like, all right, action.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Because, okay, I'm an artist. I can write a rhyme. You know what I'm saying? Yo, y'all do this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Improvise and
Right.
do this, that, and the third. And he was like, nigga, that's whack. Like, no one loves you when you're whack.
Right. Okay. At all.
You know what I mean?
They
So
don't.
I then took it upon myself to say, well, let me really look into this shit. Like, let me really look into what I'm really trying to do. Like, who I'm really trying to be. And that journey led me down, like I said, photography. That journey of photography led me down of, like, because after Grady left, like, what do I have? Like, who am I now? You know what I mean? Like, I got to find myself now. You know what I mean? Like, I got to go down the road by myself now. So, okay, who am I?
That's mad deep.
You know what I mean? So now I'm trying to find myself. Like, I know who Grady is.
Right.
Grady was an entertainer. Grady was like he was like, you know, a messiah to a certain degree. Like, he was like Jesus. You know what I'm saying? To me and shit. You know what I'm saying? The nigga did everything but walk on water.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's
so
true.
He was like, okay, Jesus going now. Like, who am I now?
Right.
Who are you? Like, what do you do? It's like, God damn. What do I do? Like, who am I? You know what I mean? So when I went down the road of photography, I found myself, and I was like, oh shit. It's like, all right, I get it. Like, okay, I'm a writer. So what I was doing on the mic, spitting these words, I was actually writing shit out. Whether it was in story form or rhythmic poetry. Okay, I document certain shit. Like, I'm a writer, and I capture the moment, and I capture the whole entity, whether it's through word, whether it's through music, whether I write it through music, whether I write it through pen and paper, whether I write it through video. So it's like, oh shit. It's like, all right, that's me. That's what I am. I'm a writer. And a lot of people, even grown folks, don't even know who the fuck they are.
It's true.
You know what I mean?
You know,
They
a
go
lot of
down,
it
they following somebody else.
Yeah. You can go a lot of years. Well, a lot of people.
You know what I
go a lot of
mean?
years
It was
before
like,
you
oh,
know
okay,
who
if
you
he
are.
ain't doing it, then I ain't doing it.
Right.
But who are you though?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, who, like, we all are individuals. I know you following this group of motherfuckers, but who are you though?
Yeah. Out of everything.
Out of everything.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
who are
saying?
you?
Like, who are you? Like, what are you? What do you offer yourself? Forget what you can do for somebody else. Because if you can't do nothing for yourself, you can't really do nothing for nobody else. You know what I'm saying? So the thing that I did for myself, I gave myself that. I found myself and gave myself that gift of acknowledging myself. You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh shit. Like, now I understand now. Now I get it. Now I know where I want to go instead of where I want to be. You know what I'm saying? Because where you want to be and where you want to go is two different things. Like, we can, like, you know, we can stay in Burlington for the rest of our life.
Yeah. That's the way you want to be at.
Right. You know what I mean? That's where we want to be. But where are we going?
Right. Are you standing still or are you moving?
You know what I'm saying?
Water.
Exactly. You are going to places where nobody else has ever touched.
Right.
With this podcast and with the, you know, the education that you relaying to everybody. And you are touching more lives than you will ever know.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? And you going far beyond you know, the boundaries of what Burlington could ever offer. And like I said, I'm so elated for that. I'm so proud of that. I'm like, yo,
I appreciate it.
'Cause
like,
I heard it all the way in, you know what I'm saying? I heard it all the way up
know
top.
what to say,
You know what I'm saying? I was
you
like,
know.
oh, I'm like, yo, this is dope. Like, yo, she's, you know what I'm saying? She gonna be, and with the way social media is today, you can go worldwide, you can go international.
I mean, like I said, after you hit me, you know, and I explained, like, in my mind, it's just like, it's not that serious, but
It's serious.
Let me hit him, and so like I immediately hit him, and I'm like, you will so not believe, like,
Yo,
my
and I
people
put
just hit
everybody
me, and like he lived all the way somewhere
right,
else,
and I put everybody in the studio because everybody that was in the studio from different places, and I'm like, yo, I'm going to be on this show, so you know what everybody has done? They's tuned in and tuned in.
That's what I need. I need.
So now everybody is like,
tune in
everybody gonna be like, yo,
in.
who is this chick? Keeta Sweets
Right.
now. You know what I'm
mean,
saying?
'cause that's what I need. I need to tune in
Absolutely.
and be a part of the tune in. You know.
So you like I said, I don't know if you familiar with the saying people say, yo, I did enough talking, but I know I'm going to touch that one person. You know what I'm saying? With all of the talking I've done, I know I'm going to touch that one person.
And that's true.
You see what I'm saying? So that's what you provide. And not only are you doing that, but you providing a outlet and a platform for these artists out here to tell their story. Like Huffs, like me, like my man that just left, and like Be Serious, and all of these cats. You guys are providing a platform for them to where there were none. These cats can't go up in 102 Jams and say, "Hey, look, listen. Oh, I'm Be Real. I'm the local artist over here." They can't do that.
Yeah.
They can't go to the Power 97s and say, "Oh, yo, I was just in A&T Homecoming." You can't do that.
And see, I think that was the thought behind it all, to not just be a one-sided setup.
Right.
You know, black entrepreneurship,
small businesses,
my black people.
Right.
Just like overall in general. You know, if you doing it, we need to let somebody know that you doing it.
Right.
You know, if you about to do it, we need to let somebody know where to get you because you about to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like that was kind of, you know, the thought behind it. But
And that's my same. That's my
who
same.
knows?
That's my same outlook from the photography. I got 2 magazines coming out. I'm putting out 2 magazines.
When them dropping, because we need to let the people know
They
when
should be dropping. They should be dropping at the beginning of the summer. And the thing that I want to do,
Summer 18.
yeah, the thing that I want to do, I want to put the people that I'm familiar with into my magazine. I can go to New York and find a model easy. I can go to New York and find a producer easy.
Right.
I can go to DC and find a street story easy. I got all of that where I grew up at.
Right.
And I got talent upon talent where I grew up at. Why not bring those dudes like the Huffs, like the O's, like the...
It's going to be so dope.
You know what I'm saying? I know these guys. I know their story. I know their background. I want the world to share that with me.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now, it's all elementary. I got all the pieces of the puzzle here. Let's just put the shit together.
That's dope. What I need to do. Let me know what you need me to do.
Y'all keep doing what y'all doing.
Put it together.
Y'all
We
keep
gotta
doing
put
what y'all
that
doing.
together.
You know what I'm
Definitely
saying?
gotta bring it back.
Yeah.
I say we need a part 4, 5, and 6 to this whole segment. You know what I'm saying? It's been mad real. You know, it's always fun when you talking really, you know, talking to somebody